The Ægishjálmur symbol, also known as the Helm of Awe or Helm of Terror, is a powerful and intriguing stave originating in Norse mythology that has continued to fascinate and inspire people for centuries. At its core, the Ægishjálmur symbolizes protection, strength, and courage. How exactly did the Ægishjálmur come to be? Was it part of a dragon's hoard, a friendship spell, or even part of Christian prayer? Like many other ancient symbols, tracing the Ægishjálmur's origins is no simple task. However, pursuing the word and its possible alternative spellings, rather than strict adherence to the drawn design, seems to provide the most straightforward path, since not every mention of the stave includes the same depiction or an image at all. The earliest attestation is the Eddic poem, Fofna Smol, from the Codex Regius. Most likely written around 1270, scholars generally agree that the poetry within this manuscript is older and preserves some of the oral literature from before Christianity spread to Iceland around 1000. In the poem, a dragon or serpent named Fafnir speaks of his Ægishjálmur as a magical physical helmet or covering that frightens men. Unfortunately, there is no image with the text. It is worth noting that many of this stave's subsequent appearances contain a mixture of Norse and Christian ideas. During this time and the following few centuries, it was not uncommon to find Christian and pagan themes and elements joined within the same poems and texts as Christianity made its way into Icelandic culture. The AM 434A manuscript, written around 1500, offers several symbols and descriptions that are similar yet simpler depictions of the Helm of Awe. It's referred to as the Ægishjálmur, an alternative or possibly older spelling. The text states that one should bear it between their eyes to make friends with their enemies. Furthermore, one should carve sigils in their skin to induce fear in their adversaries. Interestingly, this text also advises washing oneself in water and reading the Paternoster, the Our Father prayer, between recitations about the Ægishjálmur. The Ægishjálmur, in its most well-known form today, makes its first appearance in the manuscript LBS 143 octavo, written in the 1600s. The text states that the symbol must be made of lead and printed on one's forehead to overcome enemies. The symbol continued to appear in later grimoires in the 1600s and 1800s, with similar descriptions of being worn on the forehead between the eyes to ward off wrath and strife and to ensure victory against enemies. Unsurprisingly, these spells introduce more Christian themes alongside Norse magic. Translating Ægishjálmur. Let's break it down. By the time the Poetic Edda, Codex Regius, was written down, the I and U vowels had merged. So in most of the text examples, the word is spelled Ægishjálmur. However, the meaning and context suggest it would probably have been pronounced more like Ægishjálmur originally. So Ægis in Old Norse means frighteners in English, and Hjálmur in Old Norse means helmet in English. So the full word might have been Ægishjálmur in Old Norse before the vowel merge, and Ægishjálmur in Icelandic. Today, Ægishjálmur can mean Helm of Awe or Helm of Terror. This meaning aptly reflects its said power and ability to intimidate foes. Does the design of the Ægishjálmur lend itself to the meaning behind the stave? Despite past variations, the version of the symbol used today looks like this. Some say there's a connection between the arms radiating outwards and the Z rune, or Orgis. There are similarities in appearance and meaning. The Orgis rune is often associated with protection and means elk. The stave's design is striking and powerful, but its meaning is still open to interpretation. Some believe it represents protection and strength, while others see it as a symbol of wisdom and guidance. In Norse culture, they could have used the sigil for battle, or more diplomatic approaches, resolving conflict and disagreements in one way or another. But how is all of this culturally significant today? The Ægishjálmur has been used and adapted by different cultures and communities worldwide. Many have incorporated it into modern pagan and occult practices to symbolize protection and power. The stave has also gained favor in popular culture, where it is often associated with Viking warriors and Norse mythology. In addition, movies, video games, and other media use the symbol as a visual shorthand for strength, courage, and toughness. However, Some have used the Ægishjálmur controversially. For example, extremist groups who have long attempted to appropriate Norse symbols to promote their ideology have used this symbol. Since this kind of misrepresentation can lead to confusion about the meaning and ownership of the symbol, it's essential always to consider the context in which the stave is being displayed. So, was the Ægishjálmur used by Vikings? Most scholars accept it as part of Norse mythology since the Poetic Edda and multiple later manuscripts mention the symbol. Moreover, the fundamental purpose of the stave is strikingly similar throughout the symbol's historical mentions. It also aligns with Viking values and motives. Still, it's unclear how exactly the Vikings may have used the sigil or whether or not they thought of it as an actual helmet with magical properties. What there's no doubt of is the fact that the Ægishjálmur is a fascinating stave that has captured the imaginations of people around the world. Its history, design, meaning, and cultural significance reflect the rich and varied power that symbols can hold and how they can adapt and persist over time. Whether people see it as a symbol of protection, fortitude, tenacity, or something else entirely, the Ægishjálmur remains a potent and meaningful symbol in today's modern world, persisting in our culture and identity. If you found this video informative, please subscribe. It lets me know that an audience here finds this content valuable. Thanks.